Hello viewers, today we will explore the intriguing visual novel game titled Slay the Princess. This game has garnered attention for its unique narrative and psychological depth, presenting players with a complex of often unsettling experiences. Slay the Princess is a visual novel that combines the elements of psychological horror with interactive storytelling. It challenges players to navigate a moral ambiguity narrative. The premise revolves around a player tasked with slaying a princess to prevent the end of the world. A directive given by a mysterious narrator. And well, I was not ready for the insanity that starts to unravel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hello? Is someone there? Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs. Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I can smell you.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and click that bell and leave your thoughts and opinions and any feedbacks in the comments. And why not go check out my other two videos I've done. I'm still trying to think of a playlist name or an actual title for these series. If you got any ideas, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get on with today's game, shall we?
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Oh, and quickly before we start, this video is over an hour long. I'm sorry I got carried away. There will be chapters and that in the description and on the time bar so you can navigate through the insanity to parts that you enjoy. Anyways, back to it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why? But normally a princess is a good thing. So what, is she a princess of chaos or something? Who are you anyways? Explore the end of the world. What are you talking about? Explore? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing the princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do it? Forget it, I'm not doing this. There's loads. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing it? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet. I've always wanted to offer you the monarch and be on a rope. Silent. Turn around and leave. Yeah, wouldn't... Well... I think I would do something more... What I would do, probably... Yeah, like, are you okay? Maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Yeah.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Oh, I just said I do.
I mean, maybe some people do. Like
Yeah.
nihilists, or very, very evil people.
I'm not evil.
Surely you're not one of those, right?
No, I'm not evil. I'm just saying. Yeah, isn't it basically killing a princess seem kind of bad?
Does it? Are you a monarchist?
No.
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Why do I have to kill?
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow. Okay. Alright, we'll just silently continue to the cabin. I guess, why not?
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning
What?
before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Why should I believe the narrator? I don't even know who you are. You're just a voice.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's
Oh.
a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
For breaking the fourth wall there, mate, but alright. I guess we can't do anything but proceed. Okay. Here we go. Hello!
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Why is there a blade there? I want to enter the basement. I want to see if I can talk to her before I take the blade. You know what I mean? So we're just going to enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Well, how do you know? Maybe she likes it like this. Don't judge people, you know, by how their place looks.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
No one's here.
It's hypnotising. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
I've already forgotten it. Not even joking.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Hey, I don't think you have to be armed for everything. You can sometimes talk things out. Find out the deeper meaning of it all. That's what I'm here to do. Just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. I'm here to say a lie. Hey, I think I'm here to slay you. Continue down the stairs. Should I just say hi? Hello.
Please don't eat my brain.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You're not going to eat me, are you?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay, oh, look at them sad eyes.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Don't let the image fool you. Just say, it's one of them things that I feel this game is. It's like, don't come to a conclusion, someone's good or bad, just by how they look. Don't do that. It's a very bad way to live.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Don't know if I should. I'll see what I can do. Hold on, let's talk a bit first. Yeah, do that. Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Why are you feeling awkward about it? Don't hurt me. What's your name? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I was sent to slay you. Apparently supposed to be the end of the world. What are you doing? What are you going to do if I let you out? Keep you locked away. Sorry, but I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret it. Okay, I'll be straight with her. I'll be straight. But I don't think you're actually dangerous. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe. Yeah.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think? Well, that's more...
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
How long?
How long has she been locked away?
Yeah.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No, just that you are. I've been told, I was hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. No, which is why I don't think you're actually dangerous. I was hoping you'd tell me. Yeah.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
What? Just asking a question.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Well, that's like, giving birth to a kid and people calling it the next Hitler. It isn't going to be the next Hitler. We just probably won't be able to say that on YouTube, but hey, we'll find out later.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
I've only just met you, love. How can I trust you?
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
But you're not denying that you could. And also, you're saying about trust. Love, we've only just met. Take it slow, please.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about.
The world's messed up, love. It's just how things are, I guess, in this world.
Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
I don't know, because you've been left under here for so long, probably. You got vengeance?
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Yeah.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Yeah, but I don't know who the monarch is. I don't know anything about this person. Let's ask her name. Can I ask you your name?
Oh.
You gonna answer me?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Taking a bit of your time there, love.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness.
Oh, God.
Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
How about Barbara?
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
Doesn't sound too bad. So, is Princess your name? Yeah. Answer.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Why are you deflecting from the question?
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
How can you forget your own
I
name?
must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Yes. And no one should forget their name. Unless they never were named.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. All I know is you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen, I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy. I'm going to keep you locked away, that away here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other, keep her locked away. So, but I just can't trust you. This doesn't add up, and it isn't worth the risk. I'll take your word. Retrieve the blade. I want to keep talking, so I want to find out more.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Hey, ain't that bad with me, is it?
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Well, this ain't my problem because she did it herself. I'm not involved.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
Don't worry, mate. That's how it is.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here.
What?
It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Whoa. Ooh, okay, that was a tone switch.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Huh?
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I'm now worried. 1 minute.
Thank you.
Back in a minute.
You turn back to the stairs.
I'm just gonna go get
intent
something.
on
I
retrieving
forgot the
blade in
phone.
cabin.
forgot my phone, love. 1 minute.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. Fine, turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Bitch is crazy.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice?
Maybe you should be looking
I don't
at her.
think she's bluffing.
Maybe we should be looking at her.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it.
Well, do I have to?
Suppose we have a world to save after all.
Yeah.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs.
Look, I've got it.
It's quiet.
And she
cut
cut
a
her.
moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall, and she is nowhere to be seen.
Ah, crap.
Is it just me, or did this room get a lot bigger?
Actually, yeah. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start
you
over?
Coward.
No, I
Oh,
don't think we can.
okay.
Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Oh, is it a present? She's lost an arm. I'm knocking her down here now. Alright, let's finish this. Bring it.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she?
Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to play a waiting game?
Yeah.
I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
Well, why don't you come out and say hi?
You do your best to patiently wait her out.
Yep.
But eventually, exhaustion
Oh,
starts
God.
to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Yeah, we can. Okay. Screw it.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
Crap.
The ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip
Wait.
on the blade.
Don't hurt me.
It slips from your hand, your one last means of
Bollocks.
defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back.
Well, come on.
This is the end,
Fight.
isn't
Fight.
it? I'm afraid it is.
Bollocks.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Damn it. So, before we continue on, I want to analyse the first chapter of this game. The player finds himself in a dark, foreboding forest, tasked with a seemingly straightforward yet morally complex objective: to slay a princess. The weight of this mission is underscored by the ominous warnings from the narrator, who insists that failure to complete this task will result in the end of the world. However, the player is thrusted into a labyrinth of uncertainty, grappling with the questions of why this act of violence is necessary and why it must be them to carry it out. As the player navigates through the woods, the atmosphere is thick with tension and dread. The internal simplicity of the objective lies the interactive layers of storytelling that unfold. The player is not merely a passive participant, they are an active agent in a narrative that challenges their moral compass. It faced with the directive to kill someone to save the world, one might instinctively seek answers driven by a desire to understand the rationale behind such a drastic measure. This quest for clarity is mirrored in the gameplay, where each decision leads to a new question, potentially consequences. The more the player attempts to assist with their own moral judgment upon reaching the cabin. The player's first encounter with the princess is normal, just an innocent young woman. locked up in a basement. How she presents herself is as a confused, traumatized lady who just wants freedom. When you explain to her why you are here, she isn't shocked about her being the one who ends the world, but nor does she explain how and why. As you continue talking to her, it seems the princess starts to get annoyed, and the whole tone changes from a helpless princess to a more dark, threatening presence. Feeling threatened, we go back up the stairs to arm ourselves, but coming back down, the interactions with her does not go as planned, resulting in the player's demise at her hands. But as quick as it was, in a flash, you open your eyes, and you're back at the beginning.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path.
Oh god damn,
in
we're
the
doing
woods,
it again.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Okay, so I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Yeah. Deja vu!
Terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Uh-huh, that's what you would say.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Voice of the hunted? Who's the hunted?
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Wait, he can read my mind? The whole thing literally just happened. Yeah. This is more than deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened. And, well, also, you are talking to a non-embodied voice.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Fine. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? Oh, fuck it, we'll just proceed.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yeah, I know.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature?
Yeah.
I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell.
I've just gained another persona. I think this is what this is. You have the narrator, you have the hero, then you now have the hunted. And I think they're all different personas.
A very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe.
Alright, proceed into the cabin. We're gonna get the dagger this time.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So, should I wanted to actually, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Yeah, what's going on in the mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror.
Yes, there
There's
is.
a table, the blade sitting on the
There
table,
is a
and the door
mirror.
to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There is a mirror right there.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Approach the mirror. I want to look at myself. I want to say how handsome I am. Why would you lie about that? Does it? Why not? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. Or it's dangerous. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Hey, I see a mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Sure about that?
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean. I'm worried.
You reach
Oh, my
forward
hands.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Oh,
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
what's going on with my hands?
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone.
Okay. Well, we're going to take the bait this time.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Alright, enter we enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes.
I'll be fine. Chop, chop, chop.
The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet,
Ugh.
as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour.
Or she's turned into something big.
She growls up the stairs.
Oh,
I can smell you.
hi.
She sounds almost feral,
Yeah.
impatient, or maybe eager.
Eager.
You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
that's
damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness.
Now, I'm no zoologist or whatever, but that is definitely a tail.
The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Are you so blind you can't see that?
Are you blind? It's right there.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
I don't think so.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
Hello.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling.
Hey,
You're right to be terrified.
do I?
I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
Hey, maybe I'm here to help you.
A shiver rushes up your
Okay.
spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
How? Where? Don't you think hearing that clicking, she's in chains again? We're fine. Yeah. Bring it.
There's a shift in the humid air, and something in
Oh!
fierceness lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger.
Okay. I'm dead.
She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower.
Damn it.
This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
What do you mean, this isn't it? She's devoured me. I'm dead.
You are in a dark and caustic place. A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
So I'm inside her right now. That don't sound right.
You spoke when you needed to act.
Yeah.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
Oh, great.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Oh, God. That description is mad.
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Hey!
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Yay?
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
Like what?
You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves.
Yeah.
If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that. That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? You could have asked me before swallowing me alive. Spit me out or kill myself and nobody gets out. I could use it to hurt you. You can leave, just let me go. Screw you, slay yourself. Spit me out or I'll kill myself and nobody gets to leave. Yeah.
I'm so very, very patient. If it takes lives and lives and lives to swallow my way to freedom, then that is what I'll do.
That's what she said.
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
I don't think we can talk our way out of this. We are drowning in death. There's no more space for words.
Let's just dig with the steel claw. Why not?
Though you have little room to move,
Ugh.
you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Eh?
The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door.
That sounds
Your
horrible.
flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
You need me to want to free you, don't you? You can't force me to let you out of here. Yeah.
Every creature craves freedom. You will too before you die.
I'll probably just come back to life. Ah, crap.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning, liquefying moment. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So it would seem the player retains memories of the previous attempts, while the narrator remains oblivious to the cyclical nature of the journey. This creates a complex and intriguing narrative structure that adds depth to the player's experience. The player's knowledge remembers the past attempts, including interactions with the princess, the consequences and their choices, and the events that led to their demise. The knowledge burdens them with a sense of foreboding and a desire to break free from the cycle nature of their journey. The narrator, unaware of the player's previous attempts, continues to guide them through the narrative, as if they were there the first time. This creates a dissonance between the player's understanding and the narrator's perspective, highlighting the sense of isolation and frustration. And with that, we also gained a new persona, the voice of the hunted. This voice, introduced later in the game, acknowledges the player's knowledge and offers insight into the cycle of the journey. This voice serves as a counterpoint to the narrator, proving a different perspective on the events unfolding. The dilemma of the player is faced with: should they follow the narrator's directive, knowing that they will likely lead to the same outcome, or should they try to break free from the cycle, even if it means defying the narrator's guidance? This dynamic between the player's knowledge and the narrator's ignorance creates a compelling narrative that explores themes of fate, free will, and the consequences of our actions. It invites players to engage with the story on a deeper level, question the nature of their journey and the true purpose of their mission. As we continue on, we find ourselves ensnared into a profound dilemma. They must decide whether to adhere to the narrative's directive, which promises a familiar yet potential fulfillment outcome, or to venture into the unknown by defying guidance. This choice is not merely a matter of gameplay mechanics, it reflects a deep physiological inquiry into the nature of agency and the consequences of one's decisions. As the player navigates through the same woods, a sense of foreboding looms, suggesting that the path ahead is fraught with weight of past experiences. Upon entering the cabin, the player is struck by a stark contrast of their previous visit. The interior, once vibrant, now appears dilapidated and neglected, as if time itself has conspired against it. The familiar surroundings are now marked by decay, yet the dagger on the table remains unchanged, a haunting symbol of the task at hand. This juxtaposition of the old and the new invokes a sense of nostalgia and loss, promoting the player to reflect on the cycled natures of their journey. Amidst this decay, a new element emerges: a mirror. This addition is significant, as it introduces a layer of complexity to the narrative. When the player inquires about their mirror, the narrator adamantly denies its existence, creating a distortion between them. The player's perception and the narrator's reality. This denial raises questions about the reliability of the narrator and the nature of truth within the game. The player, aware of the mirror's presence, feels a growing sense of isolation, and their understanding of the situation diverges from that of the narrator. The voice of the hunted further complies this dynamic. This voice acknowledging the existence of the mirror, highlighting the absurdity of the narrator's denial. The phrase, "what a strange thing to lie about," resonates deeply, suggesting that the narrator's refusal to acknowledge the mirror symbolizes a broader theme of evasion and denial within the narrative. The player is left to grapple with an implication of the lie, as it underscores the tension between perception and reality. This scenario encapsulates the essence of the player's experience in the game. They are burdened with the knowledge that the narrator lacks, creating a unique interplay between the two. The player's awareness of the mirror serves as a metaphor for self-reflection and the confrontation of uncomfortable truths. It invites them to question not only the narrative, which is authority, but also their own motivation and cycles natures of the quest. The journey through the woods and into the cabin becomes a profound exploration of choice, consequences, and the nature of reality. This mirror stands as a silent witness to their struggles, reflecting not just the physical form, but also the deepest psychological conflict at play. In this space, the player must navigate a complexity of their existence, balancing their desire for agency against the contrast imposed by the narrative structure. The mirror, a jarring element in a otherwise familiar cabin, presents a fleeting moment of introspection for the player. Its sudden disappearance leaves a lingering sense of unease, a question mark hanging in the air, as if the mirror, a symbol of self-reflection, has been abruptly snatched away, leaving the player to grapple with the unsettling realization that even their own perception can be fleeting and unreliable. This unsettling encounter with the mirror sets the stage for a descent into the basement, a space that holds the princess, the player expecting the same innocent albeit captive princess from their previous attempts is met with a starkly different reality. The sweet young voice is replaced by a primal, feral sound, reminiscent of a predator on the hunt. This basement itself has transformed, its walls overgrown with vegetation, as if nature has reclaimed its domain. The once stellar space now feels wild and untamed, mirroring the princess's transformation. The player's expectations are shattered when they encounter the princess, not as a delicate maiden, but as a grotesque, deformed creature, seemingly consumed by the jungle that surrounds her. This is not a princess trapped by a creature who has become one with her surroundings, a being of primal instinct and untamed power. The player is thrust into a scenario far removed from their internal understandings and a world where the familiar has been twisted and corrupted. And just like that, we are devoured. Thinking this is the end, the final image of the player within the princess's stomach invokes a sense of visual horror. The once delicate princess has become a monstrous entity, a predator that consumes its prey whole. This image is both disturbing and symbolic, suggesting that the player journey has taken a dark turn, leading them to a place where the lines between victim and predator have blurred. It is a stark reminder of the consequences of their action, the price they pay for their attempts to break free from the cycle. Inside the princess's stomach represents the abyss of their own subconsciousness, a place where their deepest fears and anxieties are manifested. It is a journey into the heart of darkness, where the princess's transformation reflects their own struggles. Strangely, the princess thought that by devouring you, the player, she could be able to free herself from the basement, because we, as the player, can come and go, but she cannot. We tried to bargain with her. If she doesn't spit us out, we would end ourselves to mess with her plans of escape. But the player then feels a tingle on his skin. The stomach acid are starting to do their work, so the only way out is now to dig through the flesh and muscle. But it's too late. Your skin starts to melt away, and you die.
But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets.
And just like that the last time, we open our eyes and we are back at the start. But something's off.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here?
What do you mean?
I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be.
Wait, what?
Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
I just tried to talk my way out of things.
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
There's a lot of fourth wall breaking here, and a lot of philosophy and metaphors happening. It's overwhelming me.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Oof. That voice acting's really good, because that proper, made my ear tingle a little bit. I don't like ASMR or anything, but that was a good voice act.
Shut up. The rest of you talk. What happened? What did you do?
I was dissolved.
Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Is this the afterlife?
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore.
The voice of the broken. Ooh, another voice.
We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better?
Depends on the situation, really. Do you want to be a disembodied person? I think that would suck.
She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I don't know what I'm feeling now. I just feel like I've got more voices in my head than usual. I'm used to 2, not 4.
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
Just accept it. Alright. This thing watching us, what is he? Yeah, I actually want to know.
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you.
Shut up. I'm not talking to you.
That's not an answer to our question.
Yeah.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
But why?
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
But I like being with her. Yeah, right.
He wants us to kill each other.
Over and over, I guess.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together.
I don't even know what that word means.
She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
I've had enough of this guy. How do we stop him? Okay, let's say I want to stop her. What do? I feel like I can't do much of anything right now. Why should anyone do anything right? Now this is fine. I like being this. Why are you being nice to me? Aren't you the monster? Didn't you eat me? I can feel the pressures of the outside pushing in on us. What are we supposed to do? Whatever we are right now is abomination and I want out. I don't like this. Okay. You, narrator, how do I stop her? Let's go with her.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Aren't you doing the same? Aren't you trying to use me as well for your own agenda? So really, you're both in the wrong. Turn inwards and find your freedom. No, we're going to explore. Remember how it felt. Why not?
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the fear and the hunger and the pain. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Okay.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So
Okay
We've
then.
been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Damn, that switched.
I can feel a thumping, a heartbeat, like a distant terror that keeps getting louder the more we pay attention.
Please, stop. If you let it in, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
Nah, we're gonna keep going.
Please, don't make us remember how I was.
I wanna know.
And just like that, you start to fall apart.
Okay.
I can remember it now. I didn't like being eaten.
I don't think anyone would.
I'd forgotten how much it burned. And the air was so hard to breathe. She didn't care. She didn't care at all. As you remember the terror and pain you felt at the hands of the princess, you start to remember something else, too. You remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the...
Ah!
I don't like this. It's better for us to be the woods. I don't want to go back.
Oh, tough shit, broken.
No, I devoured you. I won. I put things back the way they were supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Some division, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were. A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be.
What? On... Okay.
At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Do I want to, though? I don't understand.
I feel empty, don't you?
No, I'm just lost.
We're just like her, and she's just like us. We never should have left her.
What do you mean?
I feel safe. She isn't dangerous anymore. We could leave her. We could both live. Do we have to do this?
Hmm.
You have to. You know you have to.
No, I never wanted to kill you. Not really, but we can't be the same thing as each other. I had to put an end to whatever happens to us. Cut her free. Yeah.
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming.
Can you do anything about it? You're just a voice.
And that other thing is... We'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Yeah, nice frap.
Ignore him. His words only confuse us. Just do it.
Uh-huh.
You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. Cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Getting her out of here.
I'll be fine.
I think we are happy, actually.
It's just a bloody
Be
torso.
a part of her, but being around her is almost the same.
She's just a torso. Okay, mate.
I didn't think you would do that after everything.
I'm a too very kind being, and you're probably gonna betray me now, aren't you?
It's so cold without you.
Well, why'd you eat me? Ah! What the? Okay. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where does she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Are we the monster? I don't know where she is. She went, and I don't know how we even go about looking for her. The narrator's gone. Yeah, the narrator's gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended?
Most likely.
It hasn't ended. We're still here. Figures the world would end and leave us with all this nothing.
Now shut up, depressed me. Let's approach the mirror, I guess.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Nah, we're doing it. Yeah, we're just ignore him. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into the reflection. Why not? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Ah! You are at the cabin. What on earth is happening? Okay, so this part just got extremely Lovecraft-like to me, and I'm all for it. If you don't know, I'm a huge Lovecraft fan. I love his works. Anyways, when we reset, back to the start, where the narrator will explain what we are doing here. The familiar woods is different. A darkness hangs heavy, a sense of wrongness that prickles at the edge of perception. Feeling strange, as if we have no body or anything, just a voice. Feels wrong. The first thing you hear is not the narrator's voice that greets us every time, but a calm, eternal voice, almost ethereal, like a whisper from beyond the veil. The princess. It's as if a piece of her, a fragment of her essence, has been carried over from the previous encounter, a haunting echo of our last demise. The princess speaks where the narrator normally does. She says, "We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, nor do we have an end, but something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge." Her saying that when she says we are the path and not we are on a path, she's saying we are nothing, we have no body, we are nothingness, we are just one with everything. I don't know how to describe it, but if you ever watched Evangelion, Genesis and all that, you know, like they wanted an human instrumentality project where they all just want to become one being again. Basically, that. I think that's what's happening here. And also, when she says something cold and unnatural is watching us, I believe she's describing the narrator, because he is a foreign voice compared to all the other voices you have. So that's cool. So it's like there's more depth into the princess knows more of what's going on. Anyways, the narrator replies to the princess, and in a panic, he asks, "How many times have we done this before?" The player replies, "This would be the third time." The narrator's voice worried and shocked. So he knows what's happened, but he won't say what. But he seems to be more aware of the consequences and of the dangers lurking in the darkness. But the princess's voice, softened yet firm, speaks in riddles, warning me to discard the narrator's guidance, her words echoing in the stillness of the woods. Then another voice, the voice of the broken, a voice that carries the weight of our past failures, of lost attempts, of a journey that seems destined to end in the same tragic way. It speaks of the futility of our efforts, the inevitability of our feet. The princess's voice, alluring and comforting, carries a sense of unease. It speaks of unity, of a shared existence. Yet this very notion feels unsettling, a violation of individuality. The players drawn in by the seductive promises of the princess. The player finds themselves caught in the web of conflicting voices, the narrator, the hero, the hunted, the broken, and the princess, each with their own agenda, their own truth, pull the player in different directions. But the narrator requests to remember the past, to relive the pain inflicted by the princess. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking beneath the surface. The princess's voice, once soothing, transforms into a feral growl, revealing her true nature. This sudden shift exposes the manipulative nature of both the princess and the narrator, leaving the player with a profound sense of distrust. Armed with the knowledge of the past and the realization of the present danger, you break free from the cycle, emerging from the darkness. There you stand on the hill where the cabin stands alone, but a strange force pulls you in towards it. As if the cabin itself consumes you, you come face to face with the princess, a mere shell of her former self, a creature barely clinging to life. The player feels a surge of compassion for her, a sense of pity for the creature she has become. The narrator urges me to slay her, to end her suffering, but I hesitate. Instead, I choose to free her, to offer her a moment of kindness in the face of her despair. The princess, taken aback by this unexpected act of mercy, is both confused and grateful. Holding what remains of her, I see a fragile beauty, a sense of her fallen grace. She resembles an angel, or perhaps a fallen angel, a creature caught between realms, between life and death. But then from her back, hundreds of hands sprout, engulfing her in the chaotic embrace, pulling her into nothingness. The world plunges into darkness, leaving you alone in a void, facing the same mirror where it all started. Now realizing this is the end, the voices of the hero, the hunted, and the broken object to this decision, but the narrator's voice is absent. The player, defying the voices, approaches the mirror. As they look into it, a disembodied voice proclaims, "It's you." The reflection reveals a monstrous image, terrifying truth. The world plunges into darkness, and the player finds themselves back at the bottom of the hill, but instead of a cabin, an indescribable being, resembling a princess, stands waiting. Ah, you are at the cabin. What on earth is happening? Okay.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know. I don't know what I am. What do you think I am? Yeah.
I think that you are like me.
What? A torso with loads of hands?
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the world beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
You are one and the same. But were you always the princess? Are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Well, If you want to understand something, yes. This music. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
This isn't a princess talking.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this? I was sent to slay the princess and to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I can help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
True. You're being, cinematic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? Yeah.
Everything. Until we meet again.
So, I would just repeat the cycle. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
You haven't... Okay, so you were never born, so you don't know the concept of death and life. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
So, what? Between 1 and 100? And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
I'm not going back. Yeah.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Cool. So, do you like anime? Should we wait? I think we should. Yeah, we should. You can't leave something to just stay stagnated. You gotta carry on. Okay, I'm ready. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
So the last final bit of my playthrough of the game is insane. There's so many questions, but how it's presented is in a way that there is no answer or no progressing, because this is the end. So the game made the princess or this being into a paradox of itself, so it always loops. The being that represents the princess speaks in a riddles, the world echoing the vastness of the unknown. She says, "Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel." The player seeking understanding asks, "What are you?" The response is equally cryptic. "Solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?" The player, caught off guard, attempts to understand. "What do you think I am?" The being replies, "I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks." The player, desperate for clarity, asks, "Are you the princess?" The being responds, "She is part of me, and I am part of her," further blurring the lines of identity. The more questions we ask, the more we realise that this being is trapped in a paradox of itself. It would seem to me the being we see in front of us sees the world and time and everything differently to how everything else in the world would see. Every answer loops back on itself, offering no true resolution. As we delve deeper, the being says, "You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?" The player, seeking a path forward, asks, "What happens now?" The being responds, nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. It continues, "There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to." So this being is unknown to us. It's incomprehensible, like a Lovecraftian god, old god or something, or great being, and speaks in a tone of mystery but also paradoxic like sentences. But she has the power to make you forget everything that's happened and reset the world. So it's like she is a greater being that we cannot actually fathom, and it resembles the princess for us, our minds to comprehend this being. The being also then asks, "Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom." The player replies, "I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?" Princess responds, "You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold." Player seeking clarity asks, "Your being's somatic. What are you going to do if I help you?" The being responds, "How can I know? I am a flicker in something sprawling and unilluminated." The more questions we ask, the more we are lost in a labyrinth of uncertainty. The princess, in her enigmatic way, offers a choice: stay in this endless loop of questioning, or forget everything and start over. This conversation steeps into Lovecraftian elements of the unknowable, and cosmic horror leaves the player with a sense of dread and a profound understanding of the limits of a human's comprehension. Basically, the being is saying that there is nothing after this. This is it, the end. Nothing, no more story, no narration, nothing. The only way to progress is to start again and get a different outcome. But I think the outcome will still be the same, as in you'll be stuck in a paradoxical loop with this being that is supposed to be the princess. And I feel like the two characters are one and the same. Like, they are both the beast and the princess and who you are. But that's just, my little theory. Could be completely wrong.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Slay the Princess is a captivating visual novel that delves into the complex themes of mortality, choice, and the nature of reality. The game indicates a storytelling and a dynamic character interaction creates a truly immersive experience, challenging players to confront their own value and the consequences of their actions. The narrative unfolds through multiple perspectives, each offering a unique insight into the story's unfolding events. Players are constantly presented with choices that shape their narrative's trajectory, forcing them to grapple with moral dilemma and the potential consequences of their decisions. The game's psychological depth is particularly noteworthy as it explores the complexity of human emotion and the interplay between individuals' desires and social expectation. Players are invited to engage with a narrative on a personal level, promoting reflection on their own experiences and beliefs. While this video only explores one of the many possible endings, it provides a glimpse into the depths of the complexity of Slay the Princess. Such a simple demand, but with loads heavy meaning and weight. Further exploration of the game's various endings would undoubtedly reveal even more nuanced insight into the themes and characters, but then the video would probably be a lot longer than it is. So yeah, that's my conclusion, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I loved this game, and I want more games like this. The story and the complexity and just the unknowing meaning of it all is just mad. But I hope you enjoyed. I know this is a long one again. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy. Your thoughts, opinions in the comments, and all your feedback is appreciated. See you on the next one. Ciao for now.